After years of trial and error, studying what actually works for disciplined, purpose-driven men, I discovered a way to turn your mornings into the most impactful time of your day. By the end of this video, you'll understand why most men fail to use their mornings well and how to finally start building the life you're called to live. First, let's talk about why your morning routine doesn't actually work. Most morning routines are designed to make you feel ready, not actually move the needle, and that's where the trap is. Think about it. You spend 2 hours preparing to be productive. Meditation to get focused, journaling to get clear, exercise to get energized, breakfast to get fueled, and by the time you sit down at your desk, your willpower is already half gone. And all the things that actually matter get pushed aside or rushed. I spent 3 years doing exactly this. 2 hours of meticulous morning prep every single day. I felt amazing. I looked disciplined. I had energy. But at the end of the day, I accomplished nothing that actually moved my life forward. Here's the truth. Your morning routine isn't a warm-up act. It shouldn't be about feeling good or ticking off a checklist. Your morning routine is the work. Winners attack the most important thing first. Big, high-impact tasks that actually move the needle. Then feel good about having done them. Step number 1. I still remember the day I decided to become Orthodox, which, by the way, you should all consider. But since joining the church, I've learned so much about the saints, about true humility, about how God works through time-tested traditions, and how spiritual life isn't just a set of beliefs, but an actual way of living. I've seen the power of confession, the beauty of the liturgy, the depths of the sacraments, and the importance of being rooted in something bigger than myself. Every step has shaped my understanding of God, my responsibilities as his follower, and what it means to truly live a disciplined, purposeful life. But if I'm honest, nothing, and I mean nothing, has transformed me in my life as much as this one small morning habit. Following the ancient Orthodox prayer structure every single day in the same order with no improvisation. This has completely changed how I see God and how I approach my life. And 2, it's taught me that real discipline in worship creates real freedom in life, and that submission to something greater than myself doesn't limit me or my relationship with God, it elevates it. This tiny habit has reshaped my perspective, my priorities, and my ability to live intentionally for God, and it continues to be the most life-changing practice I've ever adopted. Here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you. God is God, not your life coach, and he deserves structured worship, not whatever random thoughts pop into your head. I used to pray these pathetic freestyle prayers, making it up as I went along, asking for stuff like I was texting a friend all the time. And it, to me now, is pure disrespect, disgusting. It's an absolute joke to me. So here's what actually changed everything for me. I started following the ancient Orthodox prayer structure that's been working for over 1,500 years, if not more. Same prayer, same order, every single day. No improv, no speaking from the heart nonsense. Step number 2, redline your body. When I was a godless atheist, my whole approach to the gym was superficial. I literally only worked out to look good, to impress women who were barely at 2 out of 10 spiritually, and to feel like I was doing something with my life. I never really pushed myself. I'd do a few exercises, progressively overload a little, rest forever between sets, and walk out feeling super energized and proud for like 5 minutes. But deep down, I knew I wasn't actually draining the tank. It felt good in the moment. But afterwards, I'd always feel disappointed. Like I just cheated myself and just didn't do anything. And eventually it got boring. So boring that I actually quit the gym for an entire year. When I finally decided to come back to the gym, I went full red line every day. No messing around, 30 to 45 minutes, heavy movements only, push until you literally can have another rep. No rest until you're literally about to pass out. And I shit you not, within the first 2 to 3 months, I hit the same weight I had spent 1 to 2 years bulking to reach before. The difference was night and day. I could feel my strength and everything physically, mentally, and emotionally. And honestly, I'm still recovering from how much time I lost, and especially how much muscle and strength just left me. I tell you this principle because I don't want you to have to go through that pain. And so you stop being the effeminate loser I was back then, of course. Anyway, here's my personal bro science rule. If you can walk normally after you worked out, you failed. That's just my personal rule. It works for me. When I come back from the gym, I don't have more energy. I don't feel great. I feel like throwing up and I feel terrible. But my progress has skyrocketed. Real quick, I've got something that might change your entire trajectory forever. I'm building a free community for now where I'm testing out a complete 90-day turnaround system for men. We're talking one-on-one calls, group coaching sessions, the whole system, and more, by the way, completely free. You may be wondering why I'm doing this. Well, the real answer is I need your feedback to make it better than anything else out there for men, because that is my goal. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels and you want to be part of testing something that could be game-changing, click the link in the description or check the pinned comment below. This isn't going to be free forever. In fact, it's going to be incredibly expensive when I do finish it and test everything I need to test. And it's going to be very limited. So if I were you, I would take my shot right now while I still can. Anyway, step number 3, work on the goal. And I did this for 3 years. 2 hours of prep every single morning. I promise you that I actually did that because I was so hell-bent on following all the advice people like Hamza would tell me. And at the end of the day, I accomplished literally nothing for the first 2-3 years of my self-improvement journey. Because here's the reality. Whatever your goal is, studying for college, building a business, learning a skill, You have to do that first. You have to do it now. And you have to do it with everything you've got. Stop prepping for productivity. Stop meditating, journaling, or doing warm-ups. Attack. Attack the work that actually matters. Write 500 words. Make 45 minutes of sales calls. Practice your skill with full intensity. Open the spreadsheet and actually do the work. Red line. No excuses, no fluff. Do the work that actually moves the needle in your life. Do that and everything else will fall into place. Step number 4 and the last step of this morning routine, and I call it the midday reset. Now here's something every productivity expert ignores. Your focus and energy don't just slowly decline throughout the day. They crash, and they crash hard. Studies show that most people's cognitive performance peaks within the first 2 to 4 hours after waking, then drops off a cliff. Why? Because you're running on whatever crappy energy you got from your probably terrible sleep the night before. The typical person wakes up, uses their morning energy burst to check emails and scroll social media, and probably watches porn. And then they wonder why they feel like garbage by noon. They spend the rest of the day in a mental fog, drinking more coffee, hoping it will bring that morning clarity back, and of course, it actually never does. I learned this the hard way, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't care at all about sleep optimization. Some days I sleep 3 to 4 hours because I'm working on something that I consider really important. In fact, I do this quite a lot. Hell, I did it yesterday and I'll probably do it tonight. I say this to say that because I don't sleep the best, there was genuinely a point in my life where by 12 p.m. I would be completely toast. Brain dead, useless, couldn't work if I even tried. And then one day I remember watching a productivity video by a productivity YouTuber, who talked about something called the midday reset. I figured I had nothing to lose, so I tried it. And the rest is history, because it's been a game changer ever since, and it's stuck. After 4 or 5 hours of being awake, your nervous system needs a reset. Not just more caffeine, though that definitely helps. I love caffeine. Not just pushing through, an actual reset. And here's the key. It can't be passive recovery like scrolling on your phone or watching random YouTube videos or, God forbid, watching porn. That's not recovery, if I have to say that to you. It has to be intentional restoration that actually recharges your system. Here's what my midday reset looks like. It takes about 30-ish minutes and completely saved and will probably save your afternoon productivity. Drink a cup of coffee outside in nature. Not at your desk, not while checking your phone. Outside, you get fresh air, you get natural light, things your nervous system needs to remember there's a world beyond the screens and that you actually have a life and that you can touch grass. I personally also take nicotine gum, but some of you may be too young for that, and I'm not legally responsible for any stupid shit you decide to do. Just letting that out there. Step number 2, I drink some water. Chances are you're probably dehydrated, and dehydration kills focus faster than lack of sleep, at least in my life. So drink some water. Step 3, eat a nourishing meal. Not processed junk that will crash your blood sugar in an hour. Real food, protein, healthy fats, some vegetables, whatever you think works for you. Number 4, do something genuinely fun and relaxing for 15 to 20 minutes. And yes, it can actually be just watching one episode of your favorite anime, reading a few pages of fiction, playing guitar, whatever actually brings you joy without simulating stress hormones or your decision making or willpower. Like me personally, I love One Piece, and while I don't recommend watching anime like a complete weeb, here and there I'll watch an episode if I really need a deep midday reset after a really hard morning, and I consider that to be totally fine. The key point of this whole video, though, is this. Your morning routine should be a highlight reel of your most important priorities, not a warm-up act for them.